All right, good evening, everyone, and thanks for popping on. Yeah, good stuff to see you on, Bevan. Take it you've probably already done quite a bit of back testing today. Okay, right, let's get cracking then. Okay, I was actually surprised as soon as I opened up the platform just a little bit ago again and checking the price. Things are going beautifully at this point in time in terms of profits and so forth. There's obviously been a couple extra trades that have been taken, but most of the trades are trending beautifully at this point in time. Okay, this is the whole trick behind running with the Ichimoku. Okay, it's to set up your trades, and the thing is that it's going to take a while. Okay, you're not going to see it producing the results right in the beginning. And this is the funny thing with trading. It's actually almost the same way with intraday. It's just on a smaller or a more tighter time frame scale. Okay. And the whole fact is that we build up on our positions, okay, as they go along with this particular system. That's what makes it so effective, actually. Okay. And the fact that we are managing the stops, most of the trades are at such a profitable position now that even if they turn against us, it's not going to hurt us because they've moved far enough and we've actually started moving our stop losses into a profitable area. Okay. So let's have a look then at exactly what has been happening. Like I said, there's been a couple of interesting stuff, that has been transpiring and so forth. And we'll be handling that this evening. Okay. Right. So you can see basically at this point in time, right? There's our profits. Okay, well, that's mine at this point. I don't know what you guys are sitting at and that kind of thing. Um, but yeah, there's quite a lot of trades. We'll be going through them, and you can then see exactly whether you took the same type of entries as I have, compared to from what has transpired from last week. Okay, and it should give us a good idea of whether you might have missed a couple of things, or this is normally what it's about. It's just picking up and making sure that you're seeing the signals the same way I am, and it's making sure that you can read the Ichimoku to the best of your abilities. Okay. Hopefully this just ticks even higher. We'll have to wait and see, but so far it looks good. Obviously earlier today it didn't look as good as this, but okay, let's run through it. So we've got the Euro US dollar open at this point in time, and with this one in particular, okay, what we're looking at. How's it, William? Good to see you on. Okay, what we're looking at basically with the Euro US dollars is I did get an entry on this one. Okay, now remember what we said before. Okay, the big thing that I was waiting for, right, to kind of just clear it up for you guys a little bit better. We waited for the Chico span to break over here, right? And then it ran down with price, came back up, but I wasn't too happy with where this was sitting, and what I wanted to wait for was the break of the level over here. Do you remember that? Okay. So this one was actually taken, I think, roughly around about Friday, right? Or yeah, I think it was either Friday or Thursday. Could be Friday. But it was the confirmation of the break, okay, which happened there, and then it was taken over there. Okay. How's it, Selo? Good to see you on as well, man. Okay. So with this one in particular, okay, I'm in, and it's just purely because of the fact that we had the Chiku break, but I'm still a little bit weary about it, okay, and that's why I rather waited for the level to be broken as well, okay, and basically have the Chiku passing the level. Now that it's past that level, I mean, look at the space in front of it now. Now this can run, okay. So obviously I check it, went up, and then it started coming down. And that's when I thought, oh, okay, this doesn't look too good. But now, check what's bounced off this level today, right? It literally touched this level and then jumped up. Okay, so it's going good. It looks good at this point. Okay, I want to find out whom of you so far at this point in time has actually gotten into that trade specifically. Okay, it's not part of the normal um, Chiku or entry signals. Okay, this is just kind of waiting for a more optimum opportunity. Okay, remember it's like I said last week. I just wait for that level to be broken. If the level's going to be broken, then I'd get in, because when the level got broken, everything else in terms of the Ichimoku was still in a very good favorable position. Tenkan and Kujin centers above the cloud. Future Kumo is green. Okay, the overall trend is bullish. The Chico span is in the right space as well, and not only that, they're all kind of going into the right direction. Yeah. So basically, all that happened is I just kind of waited for the clearance of the resistance level. Okay, to take what would have been an entry roughly around about here, but I just waited for that to be cleared to be safer. Took a little bit longer. That's why we never took it on specifically the exact break. I wanted to get a bit of a, how to say, a better position for the rest of the signals on the Ichimoku. Okay, great stuff, So then you probably actually got in basically the same way I did, isn't it? Right? Okay, that's great stuff, man. Okay, so you see, this is the whole thing. It's hopefully you guys can kind of pick up and see the type of analysis we go about, in terms of taking these trades, and just making sure that we don't get in too early, purely for the fact that hey, a trade's up, jump in. Okay, be careful of that. In the beginning, we all get excited, especially when we start spotting the entries and that kind of thing, because we're just learning it. But I want to show you guys the proper approach in terms of analysis, and it's like filtering the good trades from the crap trades. We want to ignore the crap trades, the crap signals, the crap entries. Okay, we don't want them to be a part of our trades. Okay, and that means we need to wait a little bit longer sometimes. Okay, and we might have slightly different entry criteria, but you've seen now that there's already been 2 instances since we've ran with these sessions that I've actually taken trades upon support and resistance level breaks. Okay, you've noticed that now so far. Okay, so keep an eye out for those. Okay, right. Now let's have a look on this one in particular. Obviously, because I took the trade, this is where our stop loss is situated, right over here. Okay, entries over there. The stop loss was set to the most recent high and low. There's no way we're going to be able to ratchet the stop at this point because the Gujin is still below it. It needs to travel up a little bit higher. Okay, so we need to give it time to do its thing. Okay, and as I keep on talking, this just keeps ticking up. Love that. Okay, anyway, next chart. Let's have a look at what's happening here. Okay. Now remember the pound US. This was a very interesting one. Okay. This was the one where we spot the formation, isn't it? Right? Where we had the head and shoulders forming. See, we had the downward trend. Nice strong downward trend. Formed a low, then went up, formed a high, came down, lower low, went up, formed another high, okay, and then came down but formed a higher low. Therefore, the head, shoulder, shoulder. And the signal is the only time that a head and shoulder gets confirmed is on the break of the neckline, which never happened. And remember what I said, okay? If we found that we had the Kuma break happening with this going up, okay, and we got the Kuma break, I definitely would have taken that Kuma break because it confirmed then the head and shoulders pattern as well. And check what happened. It actually turned and kind of went the other way. Now this could still do anything. Okay. This could still go up and still kind of finalize that head and shoulders platform or formation. Okay. So just keep an eye on it. But this has actually given a Kuma break. You see. Let's zoom in slightly to get a better picture. There we go. So what do we do at this point? What would you guys suggest? This is obviously kind of, well, it's turning into going bearish again because it wasn't consolidation when it was in the cloud. But let's hear it from you guys. What would you say? What would your next steps be specifically with the pound US at this point in time? Have a quick analysis. There's quite a couple of things we could look at. I want to see if you guys started learning some things. Okay, so William's saying, wait for the current candle to complete the confirmation of the Kuma break. Okay, good one. Seller's saying we wait for the Chiku break. Okay, right. What else is there that we could wait for? Nice one, Bevan. Nice one. Okay, we could look for the future Kumo. Okay, to turn bearish as well, because this has actually just crossed yesterday, right, and gone bullish. Okay, so the Chiku, oh sorry, the Kumo, the future Kumo cross to the bearish side is another one we could be waiting for. So what we're seeing at this point in time, okay, here's the thing. If you actually look, the previous candle actually already broke the Kumo cloud. So it's already confirmed. Okay. Then we've got the Chiku just wanting to break through price. So that's a good signal. I'd want this to clear price. Remember, I want there to be I want the Chiku to be free from any price in front of it. Okay. So we could wait for the Chiku and we'd have extra confirmation. We could wait just for the future Kuma to turn as well. Okay, so well done, guys. You've spotted these things beautifully. Okay, that's definitely the next couple of things we'd be looking for, and you can see that all these are strong sell signals that's coming up at this point in time. Now, obviously, nothing stops this from going back up. Okay, but you can see now it's like these signals start jumping out at you and you start knowing which is the more viable signals to go for, isn't it? Right, we know for a fact now that the quickest signals that we're going to find happening now is definitely the shorts, isn't it? Right, if we're going to look for a buy signal, it's going to take a while before it sets up actually, because we need it to break the Kumo, so it needs to travel a lot higher in order to give us any type of signal for buy entry, right? So with this one, we've got a very, very close entry, okay, signal for a sell coming up. Keep an eye on this. We're probably either going to have this happening, tomorrow or Friday. If not, definitely beginning next week. Okay. So keep an eye out for this. This is definitely one that we might be able to take a trade with. Okay. Right. Great stuff, guys. You've analyzed this one very nicely. Okay, so now we're on the US dollar franc. And this is a trade that I took as well. Okay. This one was obviously, we've already taken this one, what, last week, I think? Or no, this was taken a while ago, actually. No, this was taken last week sometime, I think. Well, clearance of the Chiku, right? Didn't like where we obviously had the Tenkan Kuchinsen break, but unfortunately it was in price. So therefore we waited for the clearance of price. Got the clearance, that's why I got in. Basically had the stop set. Now to check, is there anything that we can do, that we need to do, that we should do? If we're looking at the signals at this point in time, okay, you see this looked like I was turning up. That's why earlier today I was like, no, this thing's probably going to go against us. Well, not against us, but it's going to retrace. And all of a sudden it started going back down again, so there's a lot more strength in the trends at this point in time. It's like the trends are strengthening, which is awesome to see. But check out, nice open space in front of the Chiku. Okay, Tenkan and Kujin pointing down beautifully. Future Kuma pointing down beautifully. Everything is looking good on this one at this point in time. Okay, so There we go. Well done, William. That's it. We can move the stop loss. Okay. So we've got one flat section, very small, but it's a flat section. Two, and then a little bump up, three. So click, drag, drop, just firming it. There we go. Perfect. Set in place. And yes, all we're going to do at this point in time now, exactly as you said, William, we're going to wait. Okay. Right. So let's have a look at the next one and see what we have got here. Okay, now this one, the US yen. Oof. Look at that. Moving beautifully. Okay. Now, what I need on this one, let's see. Oh, this one actually I took another entry on this one 2 days ago. Yes. Okay. It's basically you can see the entry line over there, the bottom one over here. Okay. The reason for that, obviously, right? We had price breaking Kujin. Okay. But more importantly, I just waited a little bit longer till I get a better clearance of Chiku clearing price. So I had kind of two things happening at once here. That gave me the re-entry. Okay. Who took that re-entry? Okay. Like I said, I took this one 2 days ago. Okay. Who else? Who else got into the US yen again? Some of you might have rather waited because it looked like it could turn and take us and that kind of thing. The key factor is, remember, it's loading the positions as they go. Sometimes you might get two entries roughly at the same point, but it happens, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or even a month from one another. But we've already loaded up on the position. I mean, now I'm on the US yen. Okay. Oh, nice, Cello. Well done, man. Okay, that's brilliant. Cello, you're turning into quite a pro Ichi trader now, hey? I love that. It's awesome. Okay. So you can see we're quite in quite a couple of trades at this time in terms of the US yen. Okay. Remember how I always joked? It's like I hate the US yen with a passion because intraday that thing is a beast to try and trade because of the volatility that it gives in shorter time frames. It's like it just continuously wants to stop you out. But over here, on the end of day so far, it's been doing quite nice. I can't complain. It's going quite nice. And again, everything's looking quite strong. I mean, now after 2 days worth of trades, since we've taken the entry, we've seen now that check out the Tenkan and Kujin is pointing down strongly. Check big space in front of it as well. Okay, future Kuma pointing down beautifully as well. Okay, now I have already ratcheted my stops. Okay, like I said 2 days ago, to the point over here, and then I've got my recent entry stop setting over there. Now, can we move the stops any further? Yes or no? Let me zoom in slightly to give you guys a bit of a better view. There we go. That should help. That's it. Well done, gents. No, can't move the stops. Okay, they're stuck where they are. We're gonna have to wait for a new flat section to form before we can actually start moving them again, right? But you can see that most of our stops are starting to move into a, well, the previous two trades are almost at break even with their stops, and they're starting to get into a positive territory. Still going to be a little while before the rest gets into a positive territory, but so far the US yen's move is allowing us to stack quite a couple of trades onto it. This is how we make more profits with the Ichi. Okay, that's the key factor. Right. So Cello, well done, man. Well done. You're doing beautifully. Okay, next chart then. Nothing we can really do at this point. just going to have to wait and see how this transpires. I'm just going to zoom out again. There we go. Okay, now, US CAD. Okay, now this one, quite interesting. This is the original one that we took, okay, based on the Kumo break, right, the cloud break. The rest of the stuff was still the fact that the only reason I took the cloud break, remember, was the fact that there was a clear space in front of the Chiku. Okay, so it means it had more than enough space to actually just move. Okay, which is exactly what I wanted, and it's been moving beautifully. Now the last couple of days it has been kind of effing sideways. Okay, we can see it looks like there's more or less a support level right over here. So we might need a way to see if this is going to get broken. Unfortunately, we didn't get far enough pullback in order to give a re-entry, okay, to get the Kujin. Now to check with you guys, okay, check here. That's our sell entry. Our stop loss is set over here, okay. Can't move it yet. There's 1, 2 flat levels. Third flat level is forming now. So pretty much soon we will be able to move the stop from here over to there, okay. So we're already in, well, that's like 0.5% profit if we get stopped out on this one, which is quite alright. But obviously want to move, have it moving further, you know. So, okay. But all in all, this is going okay. This is now getting. The only problem there is the chick is getting close to price. We can see that. Okay, and check that. Right. So we could see a slight bit of consolidation happening further, but this is why I love the whole fact that we ratchet the stop so far back, because now this can come back, it can breathe and that kind of thing. If we ratchet it spot on with the Kujin, you know, and that used to be one of my earlier mistakes when I started trading the Ichimoku, okay, is that I kept the stops too tight. So I got out, you know, made a bit of money and that kind of thing, but I got kicked out too often. Okay, so instead of building up a load of trades, I'd get in a trade, get kicked out, but then I get in another trade and it goes. Then I get in another trade and get kicked out, and so it goes, you know. So yeah, not fun having it happen that way. You walk away with a little bit more profits than some of the others, but you're not building up multiple positions, which actually sets you in a much stronger position overall then, you know. And you can clearly see now how it's running. Okay. But all in all, there's nothing really else we can do with this one. We're just going to have to wait and see what's going to happen, you know, before we can do anything. Okay. Right, so let's check the next chart. Euro yen. Very, very similar to almost what we saw in terms of the pound US, you know, where, remember, this is one where we got in and then we got taken out, okay, because it moved against us. And what's happening now? Okay, let's hear your guys' analysis on this now. What are we looking at doing? What's happening? What do you think is going to happen? Because check how close this was to breaking the cloud at the top here, right? And it literally bounces from the top section of the cloud. Insane. Yeah, but let's see your guys' analysis, your point of view on this one. Okay, so we've got a Kubo break, which William is saying, and we need to wait for that Chiku span to clear price. Good one, good one. Okay, definitely we've got the Kubo break. We've also basically got the signal of a Kujin break, you know, price breaking Kujin. That's happening as well. Future Kumo looks like it's starting to want to point down, which is another good thing. But definitely, Chiku span is the big one we're going to be waiting for. Once that happens, then we're definitely looking at getting in. Now, something interesting could happen. Okay, we could see that once we get, let's look at it this way. Once we get that happening, okay, then obviously price would have moved roughly the same way. In other words, we would see price more or less run about here. Okay. Tenkan and Kujinsen, you see that they still need to make the cross? They're on the wrong side now of one another for a bearish move, isn't it? They're kind of in a bullish flutter now. Tenkan is above the Kujin. Okay, so that's something else we could wait for as well. It could be a second entry actually coming up once we get the Chiku span breaking. Or they could happen at the same time, more or less at the same time. So we could have almost like a double confirmation at the same time. So it's definitely something to look for. Okay, so we've got the Kumo break. Not going to touch it at this point in time. Okay, exactly for the reason as what William mentioned. Okay, we're going to wait to see that the Chiku span clears price. Okay, well done on that, William. Okay, good stuff. So all in all, this could be a possibility coming up. Just need to wait and see exactly what this is going to want to do. Okay. Right, let's check. Next one. Euro franc. Okay, now this is one that we took way, way, way early. Okay, remember around about here. We had the Kumo break happen. Again, Chiku was clear from price. Had more than enough room to run with. And then as Murphy's Law would have, straight from there, it started kind of turning against us. Right? Good news is, with the way in which the stop loss was positioned, we didn't get taken out by the upwards move over here. We already started ratcheting the stop loss. Okay. And now, here is where that little interesting bit is happening at this point in time. Check out what the Kujin is doing. Kujin's kind of going up now, isn't it? Okay. Now, here's the thing. If we have to ratchet the stop now, how are we going to ratchet it now? Where do we place it? And I'm sure you guys are probably, wondering that yourself, isn't it? Okay. Where do we actually place the stop loss when we get the Chiku doing something like this? Okay. First question is, can we ratchet the stop? According to our rules, can we? Okay, there we go. Yes, we can. Right? Okay, I'll show you. We've got one flat section. There's a small little flat section. That's probably the one you missed. And then there's the other flat section. Okay. So, yep, we can ratchet. Now the question is, should we? Okay, good analysis, Seller. Very good analysis. Okay. Now, this is going to come down, okay, to a personal type of opinion. This is where we all might slightly differ from one another in terms of what we're going to do at this point in time. But okay, let's have a look. Okay, in terms of how things are going and what I'd be doing and so forth. Okay, let's do a quick analysis. What could happen? Okay, what could happen at this point? Well, price has kind of given us we've had a Tenkan Kujinsen cross. Problem is I mean, look at where the Chiku is. But at this point in time, we're possibly getting Chiku breaking price, isn't it? Okay. I mean, price can still come up, but if it does go up, it's like Cello says. The fact is, it might be too tight. Okay. And it's purely for that reason that I actually might just leave the stop where it is at this point in time. Okay, I'd wait for something like the chicken breaking price here before I'd really look at jumping in. Okay, or ramming the stop. Okay, because obviously I'd be looking at jumping in for a trade if Chiku breaks price here. But that's when I'd feel a lot more comfortable in moving the stop. Okay, because remember the whole point here is making sure that price has got enough room to breathe in so that we don't get taken out prematurely. Okay, I mean this trade is in a loss anyway at this point in time. Yeah, we're like what, not even half a percent loss. We've already ratcheted the stop as well. Okay, so even if this goes against us now and takes us out to that top point, it's not going to be a major issue. Okay, so I'd rather wait to still be in this entry and have another entry, but just keeping the stop where it is at this point in time. Okay, but let's say we did need to ratchet it. Okay, let me show you how we go about it and what we're going to be looking at, okay? Especially when we've got this happening here. This is what I tend to go by, right? And this is why I want to wait a little bit longer. I want to see the Chiku doing something slightly different, okay? Because we could have a completely different thing pan out. This is why I'm rather going to wait a little bit longer, okay? Because the Chiku is forming a new flat, or is going to form a new level here, okay? So here's the thing. Currently, we can ratchet stop to there, okay? But the Chiku is almost moving above that level now. So here's the thing. Once the Chiku starts forming a flat level, let's say over there, it's higher than that one, isn't it? So here's the thing. How we ratchet from a point like this, okay, is I tend to just give it a little bit more time before I make my decision. But I count then the closest flat levels to the lowest ones. So not the soonest one. So if I'm going to have this one later forms a flat level here, that level which is the closest to price or the most recent formed one would be my first count. Then that would be my second count, and that would be my, not even that, but that one would be my third count because that flat level is even higher than the two over there. Okay, so they would be the last ratcheting points that I pull it to. Okay, so I start with the ones that's closest to the stop and move the stop to the closest flat level. Okay, so if I get a flat level forming here, I pull it to that one instead of that one. Okay, if I have to pull it down another one again, then I'd pull it down to that level over there. Okay, but we always keep it three flat levels. Okay. But that's the thing. So once that starts forming, that's why I'd rather just keep that at place. If this goes higher, I just wait though, because the whole fact is we're going to get it too close. Okay, just going to keep it there until we get the Chiku moving down again, and then we can start running with the other flat levels over here. So that becomes a little bit of a more of a delicate one that we need to kind of play with. Okay. Also. Future Kumo going up. Yeah, we can see there, that little point there, it is having that slight upwards, push there. So yeah, this one we just want to give it a bit more time before we really kind of pull that stop a lot tighter. Okay. So like I said, remember we run with the closest ones to the stop level and we ratchet it to that. Okay. Because what's going to happen otherwise? I mean, you're going to ratchet, you're going to ratchet, you're going to ratchet, and now what are you going to do from here? You're going to ratchet back up? No, we never ratchet back up. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so just give it a little bit more time. We need to see what this is going to do before we really do anything. But so far, it looks like it's going to be okay, purely for the fact that we might be getting the Chiku breaking price here. Okay, and if it does break price, hopefully it pulls a little bit down, but we might have enough room for the Chiku then to run, allowing price to go the direction we want it to. Okay, so that's one we're just going to keep an eye on. Okay, right. Euro, pound. This is another one. This is what I got into. Or was it Monday or Friday? Can't remember. This is Monday. Yeah, it was Monday. Okay, it was on. Remember again, this is the same thing. Remember that this is the one that ran, and you never got a re-entry until it hit this section here, but nothing was set properly in order to take the entry. And what did I say before? I waited for the break of this level. That's the third support and resistance level break that I'm waiting for. Okay? That I've traded. Where the Chiku clears that level, you see? Okay? So I got the confirmation of the break and I got in on that candle there. Okay. So I'm in on that trade. Stop loss is set. Okay, so let me guess. Cello, are you in this one? Well done, man. Well done. Okay. You're definitely becoming very, very good with your Ichi trading. Well done. Okay, I love it. Okay. Um, but now check here. It's beautiful, beautiful space in front of the Chiku. Okay. Check how everything's pointing up. This is awesome. Awesome to see. Okay. And if we give it enough time, we should be able to ratchet the stop soon enough. But yeah, this is the other entry that I got into. Okay, like I said, this one was taken Monday. Um, so I got in on the red candle. Yeah, so it's obviously the confirmation was the green one here, which broke the level. That was still at just touching the level. So that's why I didn't get in on that one. I wait for that one to finish forming, and then obviously there we go. That's the one that broke it and did the confirmation. So I got in on the red candle over there. Okay. So you guys can see now. Okay. You're starting to notice a pattern here. We got the signals, but it's late for certain signals. But in the end, what I'm waiting for is the particular support and resistance levels to be broken and just have the Chico clear from price. And as long as I get that, I'm perfectly fine with jumping in. Okay. This is now the third time that we've had that happening, and I've gotten in. Okay. So hopefully you guys are picking up on that, kind of technique as well. It's almost like think of it as a sixth entry signal. Okay. And it's just waiting for clearance. That's all. Okay. But it should give you guys a very, very good insight of, how we kind of just wait for that better type of positioning before we just jump in. Okay. Right. Next one then. What have we got here? Here we've got the pound franc. Now the pound franc, I think yeah, this one I got in as well, right about Monday. Let's just check. It might have been slightly earlier, I'm not sure. Yeah, no, I got in with this one Monday as well. Okay. That was basically based on Chiku clearing price. Okay, remember we had the Tenkan Kujin-sen cross, wasn't happy with where it was situated, wanted to wait a little bit longer. Okay, we had the bounce off the level here. Okay, remember there's the support and resistance level. Check out price bounced off it. So then I got the clearance of the support and resistance level, right? And Chiku breaking price. And that got me in on the green candle over there. Okay. So who's in on that one? Let's hear it. Okay, nice one, Silo. Okay. Bevan, William, I hope you guys are picking up on these things now. Okay. Um, it's good to practice this because in the end, even if you want to focus maybe on going with your intraday trading and that kind of thing, think of end of day trading as something that runs on the side as more of an long-term investment thing, right? And this is how it goes. But the better you learn this, the better your profits start becoming in terms of trading the Ichimoku. Okay. But hopefully you guys are picking up on all the techniques and those kind of things of analysis, and you're seeing now exactly how we're going about taking our entries. Okay. Right, so with this one again, everything's looking beautiful. Okay, got beautiful space in front of the Chico. Tenkan and Kujin is pointing sharply down. future Kuma is pointing down beautifully as well. Okay, so everything's looking good for the overall trend. The fact that the support and resistance level has been broken as well, I love that. Okay, right. Next one then. Pound yen. Now, this one has been, moving quite interestingly. I'm going to leave it to you guys. What do we do? What do we do on this one? Okay, yep, we can move the stop loss. What else? There we go, Bevan. Another entry. That's right. Okay. Which signal? Well, this is where it might get interesting. That's it, Chico clearing price. Beautiful. Okay. That's it, guys. That's it. Okay. Remember, we had the Tenkan Kujin-sen. Well, there was basically price breaking Kujin. Then we had the Tenkan Kujin-sen cross happening as soon as we got the close of that little green candle. But then after that, that Chico cleared price. Okay. So, should we jump in? What do you guys say? Okay, Silo, what are you saying? Okay, good one. Already took that one. Yeah, I specifically didn't take this one yesterday purely because I wanted to leave it for today. Yeah, so okay, now we've got basically two opinions at this point. William saying yes. Bevan, very interestingly, is saying that we'd rather wait for the level to be broken. Okay, here's the thing. Both of you correct in your own way. Okay. Um, Now, here's my little view on it at this point. I'd actually get into this now. Okay. Um, Very well spotted, Bevan. Okay. And definitely, okay, if you want to, just wait till tomorrow because you're probably going to get the entry happening tomorrow. Okay. Um, but if you want to wait for the clearance of that, definitely, you can wait. Okay. But here's the thing. So far at this point in time, it looks like we've got more than enough space in front of the Chiku. Tenkan and Kujin is pointing sharply down, same as with the future Kumo. Okay, and here's the other thing. We haven't had another bounce of this level yet. Okay, so we don't know whether this is strong resistance or well, strong support at this point in time. Okay? If we want to, we can actually have a look. Let's just check when we zoom out to see. Let me just put the auto scroll off and see if we might have other levels bouncing off of there. The only point I see is, yeah, there. So this could have an effect. This could have effect. Okay. So definitely, if you want to wait, by all means, Um, okay, let's see. Let's just zoom in slightly. There we go. Get this back to front. Okay. Right, so all in all, this one I am happy enough in taking this trade now. Okay, I just wanted to wait for the confirmation of the clearance there because I felt there's more than enough space in front of it, and this kind of gives me the confidence that it will have enough, how to say, momentum behind it to actually push it past that level. Okay, um, but otherwise, nothing's wrong with just waiting. For that level to be broken as well. You're just going to have a bit more clearer confirmation. That's all. Okay, so it's perfectly fine. So what we're going to do is we're just going to, kind of get into this one at this point in time. Let's get our entry sorted. Yeah, we've already set our stop is basically already at break even. We can move the stop. This is where it gets interesting. This is very similar to the previous one that we had, where remember the Kujin was running up. So I'll show you guys how we're going to look at counting and moving the stops in the future from this. Okay, it's only going to have an effect in probably a week or two's time. But what I want to show is, let me show you now. Actually, I'm going to use this level as an example. Okay, so if we're there currently, the next flat level is there. Next flat level is there. Then the next flat level is, it's not there, but it's there. Okay, it's that one. The most recent one, actually. You see, after that it would be that one. And then from there, whichever new one it forms. Okay, so that's the flow in which we go with in terms of trying to move these, um, you know, um, when we get the Kujin doing that little upward, shove like that. Okay. Right, let's do our measurement. Need to get a calculator ready as well. Come on. Okay. Calculator. Okay. So divided by. And let's get those measurements. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's definitely there. Oh, that's a big one. 7, 8, 1, 5. That's a big one. Okay. That means new order. That's not final. 5. There we go. Sell. Okay. Entries tokens. Just gonna be placed. And fun how this actually sits more spot on with the other stop placement at this point in time. Quite funny. Okay. So now I've got both stops over there. Okay. I think what I'm going to do at this point in time is I'm going to need to, let's quickly zoom in. Maybe once more. There we go. I just need to see with which one this correlates. I'm only going to move the one stop at this point. I'm just going to give it a little bit more time for the other one before I move it. So I'm going to move it firstly to the level over there. Okay, well, let's count the levels. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 flat levels, right? I can actually move it to there. because from price, that's the closest level 1, second closest 2, third 3. Okay, check which one is which. Uh, that's the one. Order number. I'm just checking if this does not correlate with the other one. No, it does not. Okay, so that is the previous entry. You can see that one starts with. Okay. All I'm doing is I'm looking at which star I'm moving. I'm not wanting to move the recent or this current entry stop yet. I should give it a bit more time before I actually move that stop. But the older stop I'm moving, and I know this is the older one, purely for the fact that look at what the ticket number starts with, 111. Whereas look at the bottom. I'm just going to move this first. There we go. That's where it is. Just going to set it in place. So that one is the ticket number starting with 111. Our current entry is 113. You see, that's how I'm able to kind of know the difference between which stop is which trades, stop and that kind of thing. Okay, so another little trick you guys can look at. Okay, in terms of finding out whether you're moving the correct stop or not. Another thing is make sure if you're going to do both intra and end of day trading, okay, please make sure that you run those two type of trades or systems on separate accounts as well if you can. Okay, because sometimes what you're going to find is you might get confused with your end of day stops compared to your intraday stops, and you might move the wrong one. You don't want that. Okay, so yeah, just be aware of that as well. Okay. But otherwise, this is moving quite nicely. Okay, I like where it's going. Let's just zoom back out. There we go. Back at normal. Now we're just going to wait. Now, obviously, the next one I'm going to move it to is going to be that one. And then it'll be that one, depending on where that one forms its flat section. Okay. Right. I'll probably, a bit later this week, start moving the other stop loss. Okay. To the same position. I normally don't. If I've set the stop at that point, I like to give it a couple more candles before I just pull it. Okay. Right, let's check the next one. Almost getting to 3-3. Beautiful. Okay. Now, New Zealand, US dollar. What have we got here? Okay, so this one. I think this one, yeah, we had the level break as well. Okay, so this is the fourth kind of trade entry that was done with a support resistance level break. Okay. Got the entry, it pulled back. I think this is one that was, let's see here, it's Friday, Thursday. Yeah, I think this one was taken after last week's session, if I'm right. Let's check, is it giving any more info? No, let's check the corresponding ticket. That's New Zealand, so we're looking for, there we go, 31st. That was, oh, it was Thursday. Yes, it was just after our session. Question, obviously, who's in that trade over there then? Okay, that entry there. Also check the buy over there. This comes down to another support and resistance level break. Okay, I wasn't happy specifically with where the Chiku was sitting, that kind of thing, and I just wanted it to clear the level because remember that the whole fact is that we had Chiku bounced off there, got off there as well. So this was a pretty prominent level and did struggle to get past that level. So only once it passed that level, was I happy enough to actually take it? Okay. Um, so yes, that one is the extra one I'm in since last week. Okay. On this one, it has pulled down from that, and it looks like it's bouncing now off of the Kujin. Remember, the Kujin also forms a very nice support and resistance level most of the time. Stops are situated very nicely. We can't ratchet yet. We've already ratcheted. Um, there's a small flat section, it's one. Another flat section, two. And a little flat section there, which is three. Okay. So already moved the entries, stops and those type of things. Just waiting now to see what happens. Okay. Might get something else happening pretty soon, but we'll have to wait and see. Otherwise, nothing really much that we can do on this one in particular. Okay. Just gonna wait. That's all. Okay. Now, let's have a look. Next one. Aussie New Zealand dollar. Now, this one is one that we've got into a little while ago. Stop is already in profit as well. Small profit, but it is in profit. Okay, only because we had a big stop. And is there anything we can do on this one? What do you guys say? Okay, there we go. So we've got the signal coming up, definitely. Okay, so the collision break is happening. Only problem at this point. Check that. It's just a bit too close to price. So might wait a little bit longer. Okay. Okay, that's right, William. That's right. Okay. That's it, gents. Okay. Well done with your analysis, guys. That's it. So we'll basically just be waiting a little bit longer, um, and see what's exactly going to happen, right? When this starts getting into price. Hopefully this goes up and starts clearing it. But anything could happen from this point now. That's why I'm not that keen on taking the current entry. Okay, well, we can't take it yet. It'll only confirm tomorrow. But still, this only moves it further closer to price then. So I'd rather wait a little bit longer on that, okay, before I really jump in on that one in particular. Okay, right. But at least we are on a profitable level with our stop loss. So no real big complaints there. Okay, let's check. We're almost done. I got two more. I've added actually another extra chart. I think I already done that by last week, but I'll check with you guys and see whether you've got that one on. I'm slowly but surely going to start adding extra charts on here as well. Okay, to give us more opportunities and those type of things. But okay, the Australian US dollar. This one, not really much we can do. Already ratcheted the stop as well. Very close to break even. Almost similar to the previous one actually, right? But it's not really giving anything at this point. So there's nothing we can do here. We're just gonna have to wait. That's it. Okay. Right. This one's also very similar to the other two that we saw. The pound US that it went into the cloud and then started turning down from it. Two things happening here. Starting to form Kumo break, but it's also giving a Kujin break. Okay. It's not confirming yet. Tomorrow it'll confirm. Obviously, we need to wait and look for Chiku. Chiku's in price now because of that. So I just wait for ticker to clear price. If it clears price, that'll be me getting in. Not only that, gives us more than enough time to wait for something like that, Tenkan Kujin cross as well. Okay, because that is still going to come up as well, most likely. This could turn back up again as well. Okay, so this could go either way, really. Okay, we just need to kind of wait and see exactly what could transpire from this. I'd give it a little bit more time before I really jump in. Okay, and I'm sure you guys would say the exact same thing. Okay. So on this one, once we get the break of the chicker, or the chicker breaking price, clearing price, it's going to look a lot better in terms of getting in onto this one. Okay. Now here, I might just wait for the level to get broken as well. Okay. Purely for the fact that look at how many times it's been tested. You see the difference now, Bevan? Okay. This one has been tested a lot more than the other one that we looked at and just took now, because that one only had one bounce. But remember the trick about a support or resistance level. The more times price bounces off of that level, the stronger that level is in terms of offering either support or resistance, the more relevance there is to it. Okay. So, and the funny thing is, we normally find that the breaks tend to happen, a lot more sharper once it's, had about 3 tests. So the fourth break tends to be the good break, and not a false one. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I might just wait for that level actually to be broken before I just, get in. Okay. So hopefully that clears up that difference there for you as well in terms of that. Okay. Other one we only had one bounce, so it was kind of not. It wasn't a heavy level. This one carries a lot more weight on it because it's been tested more often. Okay, so this one I'd be a little bit more wary of. Okay, I hope you guys are picking up on that. Okay, good stuff. Now this is the new chart I've added: pound Australian dollar, and with this one, I'm just sad I didn't add this one earlier. I mean, look how beautifully that thing has been trending, eh? So yeah, we'll let it see what this delivers. I'm going to try and see if I can't find a couple of other ones as well. And I'll slowly but surely start adding them on as well. I want to look at hitting anywhere between 15 to 20 charts. Okay. Currently we've got what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 on the dot. Okay, that's good. But yeah, anywhere between 15 and 20 would be good. So for fine, maybe another 2 or 3, awesome. I'll add them on. So yeah, you can probably look at adding the pound Australian dollar for yourself as well. Okay. That's basically it for the session then, guys. You can see that there was quite a couple of extra new things that came up, new scenarios, and that's the thing, it's constant learning because you get thrown with new things the entire time, especially when you start out with this. It takes a bit of time to kind of run through the whole cycle of experiencing everything. But I think you guys picked up quite a lot tonight as well. Okay. Are there any other questions that you might have at this point in time, guys, or are you good at this point? Okay, great stuff, Evan. Silo, William, you guys? Okay, nice one. All good, William. And so, like I said, they're actually, I'm finding them to be an awesome broker at this point in time. Yeah, so you don't know about this yet, probably, but there's another local broker that I found here in Cape Town. They're literally on our doorstep. It was Friday. I sat with the guys and I sat with for 2 hours and chatted with them. They are even more heavily licensed than markets.com or ACM Gold in terms of FSB. licensing. Okay, they're actually allowed to legally give trading advice as well, which the others aren't. So they can run managed accounts, all those different types of things, and they're actually very, very cheap as well. And they also don't offer this shoddy bonuses and those type of things. And they've got the same. I want to say the biggest thing that hit me about them is that they've got the same view as we have got in terms of how they want to have their client base grow and that type of thing. We're looking for long-term clients. We're not looking for hit and runs. In other words, I don't want to get someone in, have them put their money in and lose it. That's not what it's about for me. It's having clients become successful. They've got the exact same view. And that's why I think that there's a great synergy between us and them at this point in time. And the fact that Pizza over there is actually now, they've actually paid for our course purely to make sure that they know exactly, what our clients are learning, what they're doing, and so that when our clients have got issues and they're phoning them, they can handle the issues like that as well. Awesome, awesome guys. So definitely, by all means, I'm gonna send a broadcast email out to most of you guys and just let you know about that happening and so forth. Um, and yeah, actually trade in rand accounts as well. They're looking at adding the US dollar accounts pretty soon, but they'll let me know on that. And they are looking at trying to add mini accounts as well. So hopefully they can pull that off. I've definitely tried and pull all my weight to make sure that they make the utmost effort in doing that, because not a lot of brokers offer it. But that's why, I mean, Friday we sat so long. We sat literally, for almost, it was, yeah, it was long, man. It was like 2 3 hours that we sat and talked and that kind of thing. And I kind of just made him know and realize why it's important to make they actually do offer mini accounts. It's just going to open up a whole new market for them as well. So no, they're definitely looking at trying to bend over backwards in that sense, and that's what I like seeing. And also the fact that they're extremely transparent. They don't hide anything or anything like that. They'll open everything up for you and they'll tell you this is what it is. You know exactly what you're getting, that kind of thing. There's no fooling around or anything like that happening. And the fact is they've never ever ever been suspended by the FSB, unlike ACM, which has been suspended twice already. So that's the only thing. It's purely for the fact that it tells me ACM, they're not bad, but that's still kind of, I want to say, rings warning bells to me. Don't like seeing those things. So for me, it's all about making sure that everything runs smoothly. Okay. But okay, guys, shot for that. Hope you enjoyed tonight's session, and then I'll see you guys again next week. Same time, same place, as always. Hopefully, we've made a lot more money at that point. Selo, how's your account sitting at this point in time? Obviously, you've still had a drop in your balance, but I take it your profits are probably sitting at a good point now. Your open trades, right? Okay, Bevan, I actually would. Great stuff, Selo. Love to see that, man. Okay, yeah, Bevan, I would suggest rather, moving away from them. That's just I've felt already that I've already moved my stuff. Um, I've had huge arguments with those guys. I don't want to go into too much detail though. But yeah, the fact is that I just don't agree with the way in which they do things, and it's for me, it's always making sure that it's basically, it's Quasi is going to be the best one to jump with. I'll send you the details then for Quasi as well. Okay. Um, but yeah, the whole fact is, it's for me, it's always important that the clients are looked after, and that's why I'd fight tooth and nail basically to make sure that my clients are looked after and there's no issues in terms of that. If I don't get that, I don't care. I move. That's the thing. Okay, so when would you know when to start live trading? Okay, how confident do you feel at this point, Sila? That's the question. Okay, what I'd suggest is give it maybe another month. Okay, and feel out specifically if you want to going to go with Ichimaku. Okay. Already from what I'm seeing, sellers, is that your trades are being taken quite good. You've learned extremely fast, and that's what I'm really impressed about. Okay. So I personally think you are at a point of being quite ready, you know. Okay, currently what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay with the end of day sessions currently with ACM, but I'm going to start with all new trades that come up, duplicating those on Quasi as well, and we're going to start shifting over to there then. Okay. Um, Basically, they run more or less the same way. Okay. Um, so we're going to go over more or less, towards Quasi as it happens. It's just that I've got all the history of the open trades currently on ACM. It's the only reason why I'm using the platform here still. Okay, but I'm probably going to be duplicating any new open trades and that kind of thing on Quasi now. Okay, um, so yeah, to then kind of get to your answer again, Selo. No, they're not no, Bevan. They're not a imminent threat, I would say, and that kind of thing. It's just that there's a lot of things that I don't agree with. And here's the thing, okay? To be openly blunt and honest with you guys, those guys have been trying to force me to get you guys to put in money, okay? To open up live accounts, and that's it. They don't care if you um, okay, if you've got cash for them, that's not an issue. Nothing stops you from pulling that cash out. Okay, and that's the thing. We can actually get them suspended again if they want to, cause troubles or issues or those type of things. Okay, um, let me chat Quasi. Okay, because normally what happens is what a lot of brokers do is they've actually got forms which you sign with them, and they actually handle the transfer of your account from the one broker to them. Okay, so I'll speak about that with Quasi then, and I'll let you know then what they've told me and if they can help you with that. Okay, but I do know a lot of brokers do that. Okay, so I'll just speak with Quasi in terms of that. And yeah, we'll take it from there. But like I said, the only problem I've got is this ACM has been trying, for quite a while now. They've been trying to, force me to get all my clients to put money in their live accounts, and that's it. They don't care if the clients trade. They don't care. They just want the deposits, because they make money off the deposits. That's the thing. I'm not gonna lie. That's how the brokers work. And then the fact that when you guys start trading, they obviously earn commissions on the spreads and those type of things. Remember, they don't care if you win or lose. They make money. That's the whole point. So that's why for them it does not matter. Okay, they make their money. Okay. Whereas, like I said, the thing I like about Quiz is they've got the same viewpoint as us. They don't care if a client's big or a client's small. They want continuous, they want basically a lifetime client with every single client that they've got. And that's the same thing I'm looking for, because for me it's about a client being able to make a career out of this. Okay, being able to do this for a lifetime. I mean, it's a win-win for everyone then, trying to force someone to put in money when they're not ready and that kind of thing, I'm not agreeing with that, and that's why I started butting heads with those guys. And yeah, it's just, there's no way they're gonna force me to get any of you to shove it in. But okay, I'll chat with Peter at Quasi, and I'll see what we can get done in terms of that for you, Bevan. Okay, but I'm pretty sure they'd be able to help you with that. Okay, so I'll chat with Peter tomorrow, and then I'll get back to you on that one. Okay. Right, guys. Otherwise, that's it. Thanks for joining me. Awesome as always having you lot on. And then yeah, I'll see you guys basically then next week again. Okay. So we could probably then maybe later start talking again in terms of when you want to go live and that kind of thing. We should probably look at talking about how much you're going to put in, those type of things, just to make sure that you don't get yourself into an unnecessary difficult position. Okay, and that's it. So we can talk in that in a lot more detail then, when the time comes up. But I thought I should give it a little bit more time. I want you to start seeing the profits being realized as well. But I love the fact, I feel personally you are ready. Okay, purely with how you've been taking your trades, how I've been going, and you've almost literally been going about it the same way as I have. Um, and that's the beautiful thing. You've learned very quick. So I'm very proud of you, man. Well done, Silo. Okay, but we'll definitely talk about it in a bit more detail. Okay, in the coming couple of days. Okay, right, guys. I'll see you all next week. Then enjoy the rest of your evening, eh?